It is called refreshing. I don't really want to know that we're doing the same thing the same way forever, because then we get the same results. So what Tony brings is a totally different perspective.
I was a little surprised when Tony won, probably simply because he's a Democrat. Um, Democrats don't win a whole lot in DuPage. That he won was a little surprising from that aspect, but I know that nobody worked harder than him, and that impressed me more than anything about him.
Oh, Tony is hands down one of the most genuine people I've ever known. He's not in this job for himself. He's genuinely in it to help people.
I think he has garnered a good following. I think people recognize him not only for the fact that he's that young guy on the board.
And it is a perspective that might be benefiting from his youthfulness, but it certainly benefits everybody in the county.
Obviously, at his age, to be chairman of the development committee by his own peers says something about how Tony has impressed others.
And as he talked about some of those things, that made me think that he actually owned a home in that neighborhood. So he was very plugged into the whole thing. And I just thought, wow, those people are lucky to have him, because he's taken it to heart.
His pledge not to take a pension is part of that. He realizes it's not his money, that there's not an unlimited amount of money, and he's concerned about not cutting services as well. And so it's a balance, and he realizes it's a balance.
Yes, Tony just doesn't stand up for an issue without thoroughly investigating it. That's the one thing I've learned about him.
I am the chair of the Downers Grove Township Democrats. The mosque is in my township. He went out into the community, he listened to people, he tried to understand their issues.
When people hear him talk and they see his level of intensity and his knowledge of the issues and his courage to step forward and try to make things happen, I think that's very inspiring for a lot of people.
We probably have several candidates in Lisle Township on the ballot this election because of their connection with and engagement with Tony.
But he's always, as long as I've known him, had a good heart and a good, he's just generally a good person.
I believe he has real strength of his convictions. He has a very strong sense of what's right and what's wrong and what needs to be done and what has to be done. And I think that's what I'm the most proud of.
I'm really pulling for him. I have no doubt in my mind he could pull it off again.
I wish I could vote for Tony. He's a great candidate. I think he's done very well on the county board. If I lived in District 5, I would not hesitate to punch his name.
And if you are 20 years old or 25 years old with a vision, as opposed to a person that's maybe seasoned and has lost that enthusiasm for serving other people, it doesn't matter. I would vote for the younger person.